What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC. Today we're taking a look at the second ever Jack Wolf Kollab knife. This one's called the Collusion, and it's a collab with the homie Jacob Ginsberg over at Jakeb Creates. Absolutely sick looking knife design, definitely has Jacob's design language all over it, but with those Jack Wolf flourishes that we're used to. Now, this one's not officially part of the fixed EDC lineup, but it definitely follows the fixed EDC blueprint in terms of sizing, pricing, even the accoutrements that come with the knife itself. And so you can pick this one up for $235. Coming out this coming Friday at authorized dealers, August 15th. As always, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description where you can find all of those drop details if you're looking to pick one up for yourself. 5 configurations as usual with an exclusive through River's Edge Cutlery this month, so definitely check that one out as well. Now, before we get into the knife itself, we'll take a look at the box. Artwork by Sean Tiffany. Great looking art as usual. We got Jacob on the left and then Jack on the right, and they're sort of passing this blueprint between them. I love the name of this knife too, the Collusion. Perfect for a collab knife, even though every time I hear the word Collusion, all I can think of is Ruxin from the league, but it's still a really great name there. And then on the back, you can actually see the blueprint that they're passing. Nice little Easter egg there where it has actual stats from the knife and notes and stuff like that. So really nice touch there on the back of the box. And then at the top, a brief write-up about this new collab series. Again, this is the second ever collab knife, and so the first time we're seeing it on a fixed blade. You can see what the model is as well as what configuration. This one obviously is the Kyanite Purple Wave with the DLC finish. You do get a leather slip or leather sheath with it. This one is black leather with the white stitching and then has the Jack Wolf logo stamped on there, and then a really nice belt clip on there as well. This is fully ambidextrous, which is nice. You can easily pocket carry this fixed blade, which is kind of why I say it's in line with that fixed EDC series. I think that was the idea all along, is making fixed blades that are easy to carry in your pocket. Then the slip is very streamlined, especially compared to the very first one. I think really streamlined that sheath, so it makes it easy for left or right hand carry. But let's get into the knife itself. As I mentioned, they're going to be on the smaller side so that they're pocketable. So this one comes in at 6.62 inches, so under that 7-inch mark. It actually feels pretty big if you're coming from Jacob's Chickadee, but he does have larger knives in that lineup as well. So depending on where you're coming from, it may be smaller, bigger, but 6.62 inches, perfect for that pocket EDC carry. 3.48 inches on the handle. Really nice shape on the interior here. It gives you kind of those first 2 fingers on that raised part, and then the others drop behind it. For me, it's about a 3.5 finger grip. If I get a little bit more relaxed, that pinky does slide off. But fortunately, it does come with the lanyard pre-tied on there. So has those snake knots with either a matching or contrasting bead. In this case, we get the purple anodized titanium bead to match with the Purple Wave Kyanite. Love Purple Wave Kyanite. This is, I think, the 3rd or 4th one I have in that Purple Wave. One of my favorites. It was the first Kyanite that I ever had in my collection, so absolutely love seeing it here. Really, really nice depth to those. You can see that black swirl, and then there's almost like a sparkle or shine in that purple. So really cool looking, and each one's going to be unique to you. But of course, one of 5 different configurations. Obviously, full tank construction. We do have that lanyard hole. Lanyard's fully removable if you decide to do so, but I think a really nice touch on a fixed blade this size. It really adds to that grip, and you get these excellent ergos out of a smaller handle. Now, our blade is 3.14 inches. Of course, S90V on there with the hollow grind. The Purple Wave Kyanite does come with the DLC finish. I don't think any of the others have DLC finish, but always take a look at what handle you're choosing. The blade finish is also going to change, and so something to pay attention to for sure. Titanium hardware on here, just 2 screws to pay attention to, but those are titanium, and those are usually going to match as well. So since we have the DLC finish, we have that black DLC titanium as well. Nice hollow grind on here, beautiful Wharncliffe on here. Love the blade shape. This one I think could benefit from a little bit of jimping right here on the spine. Doesn't have any jimping. You get that nice secure locked in grip still, but I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of jimping there just to add to that lock in. We obviously have that sharpening choil, and it does keep you from really sliding up onto that blade nicely here. Nice little miniature finger guard, but very, very effective to keep you locked in place. So you're not going to be sliding forward on that either way, even without that jimping. Nice wedge towards the tip. Super aggressive Wharncliffe blade shape to this. These are also ultra lightweight. Without that sheath, we're looking at 1.7 ounces. Even with the sheath in pocket, you're talking 3.5 ounces. So very, very lightweight. I've already mentioned that Purple Wave Kieranite. I'm a huge fan of it, but there's some other options available as well. Red Abalone I think is going to be a really popular one. The titanium stripe one is really cool. I actually have one of the fixed DDC in the Starburst titanium, and that one is great. We also have the blue linen micarta, which I think is probably the most in line with something you'd see in the rest of Jakeb's lineup. So if you're coming from his knives and you want something familiar, that's probably the route to go. But I think one of the fun things about these collabs is you can kind of get the best of both worlds and explore some of these other options that maybe you wouldn't normally see in Jakeb's lineup. Last but not least, we have the exclusive, which is the copper marbled carbon fiber. That one is an exclusive through River's Edge Cutlery, so you'll want to make sure to order through those. Always, if you're going for those ones, I would try and go for them a little bit faster because they do tend to sell out relatively quickly. Thought it would be fun to do a quick just size comparison to the Chickadee, since that was the one that really got me into Jakeb's knives. Have shown a few different versions of it on the channel, so you can see it's significantly smaller. So even though it's 6.62 inches, typically a smaller fixed blade, this one actually feels pretty large in comparison to that Chickadee. But would love to hear your thoughts on this one down in the comments below. If you're planning on picking one up, which one you're going to go for. Even if you're not, which one of the configurations is your favorite. Also curious to see who you'd like to see him collab with in the future. I've been really excited about these collabs. I have a few in my mind that I'm hoping to see in the future, but we'll have to see what's in store there. But again, would love to hear your thoughts on this one down in the comments. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, checking out some of the other content. All helps the channel out a ton, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.